Well, good Friday afternoon, private practice success community. How are you doing? I am sitting here in the car in Brisbane, of course, and it is raining very softly outside. And I've just parked in front of my garage here on the driveway. And I thought I'm going to speak to you guys now because the kids are home from school already. And that just means a lot of Friday craziness that's going to be happening when I go inside. And my husband's just come out. I'm just doing my live vlog on Facebook. Yes. He must be thinking, Gerda, what are you doing sitting in the car talking? He should know by now. Hi, Mark. It is nice to see you. Anyhow, yes, it's of course part of our 90-day vlog challenge. Me speaking to you guys today. We are deep in the 50s by now. Hi, Chris. Thanks so much for joining me on this rainy Brisbane afternoon. So what I want to talk about today is, well, I've been doing a bit of reflection, and and yesterday I did one of my engaged in one of my quirky habits that I thought I might just share that with you today. Hi Anna, thanks for joining me. Awesome, we've got 4 people live, and so we've got Mark, Chris, Anna. So who's number 4? Please say hello in the comment section so that I know who's with us here. So I thought I might share this quirky habit with you, and maybe if you've got a quirky habit, you can share that with me. It's Kate. Hi Kate. She says, hi Gerda, I'm watching but can't hear for some reason. Is there anybody else that can hear me, or can't you hear me? Can the rest of you let me know whether you can actually hear me? That would be awesome. Mark says, Kate. Can somebody let me know that you can hear me, please? Okay, well, if you can't hear me, then you probably won't be able to tell me that you can't hear me. Chris says that she can hear me. Awesome. Anna says she can hear you loud and clear today. Fabulous. Thank you so much, Anna, because I figured out what was going wrong the other day. My Bluetooth, because I was talking from here in the car, the Bluetooth was connected between the car and the phone, and for some reason it didn't record, which is annoying. But anyway, that's how it goes. So let's get back to that quirky habit. Yeah, I'm not sure if quirky is the right word, but that's the best I could come up with. So yesterday morning I went and I dropped the kids off at school, as I do most mornings, and going out of the car park, I noticed that there was a new sign on the other side of the road, and it was a new GP practice that had opened up that I have never heard of. Now, I've had my practices in the same local area, the one for 10 years, the other one for 7 years. So I pride myself in knowing probably 99.9% of the GP surgeries in my local area. So if there's a new one that opens up its doors, I will notice it. Okay. So this is my habit. Whenever I'm driving around, and it is, I would say, within 15 to 20 kilometers of my physical practice location, and I see a GP surgery that I don't know of, or that I've never seen before, what I do is I will immediately make a U-turn, or if it's on my side of the road, I will park my car, I will unwind the window, I'll get out my iPhone, and I will take a picture of their sign with all their contact details. Hi Monique, thanks for joining. So I'll take that, a copy of their sign. You might wonder why I do this. Any ideas? Well, the next thing I do is I quickly hop onto the phone and I text my principal psychologist. So I'll text Frankie a copy of the photo and probably a message that says, and I did this yesterday morning, next, please put on the GP meet and greet list. because we need to get to them and we need to say hi, hello, welcome to our local area. We're so glad you are here. This is how we would love to work with with you and your patients. This is how we would love to support you. And of course, we want to get in there first. We want to establish a reciprocal working and referral relationship with this new GP surgery. And we want to be their preferred provider of psychological assessment and intervention services for all their clients. Basically, because my one practice is a trauma practice, the other one is a child and adolescent practice, so we can work with kids, adolescents, and adults. Mark says, I take a photo of the whiteboard used in therapy for the client. I love that, Mark. That is really awesome. And that's really good because they get to take that with them. Hey, what I used to do, Mark, when I was still doing a lot of clinical work, and this was a bit old school before iPhones and all that stuff, is I used to have those invoice carbon copy books that I would buy at Officeworks, you know, with that blue paper between the two pages. So I would write out notes or main things for the client in session, and then when they would leave, I would give them the original and I would keep the copy, and I would put that on the client file so that I didn't have to rewrite all of it. So that was the old school version of taking a photograph of the whiteboard, but I do like that. So that is my quirky little habit, and I've been doing that for as long as I can remember. I guess, you know, an important message from that is that when you are driving in your local area, it's really important to keep your eyes open and really look at the other businesses around your practice with different eyes, and look at it with entrepreneurial eyes, look at it with business owner eyes, with practice owner eyes, and go, which of these businesses could benefit from having a working relationship with my practice, and you know, could we benefit from working with them? There's so many opportunities out there. So at my Kapalaba practice, for example, there's always in that location been a lot of employment agencies, disability employment agencies, and we have been very successful in establishing working relationships with them over the years, because they might have clients for whom they need to get into jobs and get placed into jobs. That's their role, but a lot of those clients might have mental health difficulties that prevent them, or that is causing a barrier to actually, first of all, get a job, have the confidence to go to interviews, and then keep and maintain their job. And then for us, working with their clients, with them in terms of helping them deal with their social anxiety, depression, all that type of stuff, really helps those clients to stay in their jobs longer. And we all know that work gives you purpose and it gives you meaning, and therefore it lifts your mood and makes you feel good about what it is that you're doing. So really look at who's those organizations in your local area that you could potentially build a relationship with, whether that is employment agencies, whether it is schools, whether it is community centers. Just look at where you're going as you're driving, whether it's to the shops, whether it's on your way home, whether it's to get the kids. Just look at who is there, because I can tell you there is an immense amount of untapped potential out there, and by just building relationships and reaching out and seeing whether we could potentially help one another can really assist you in bringing a lot of different referral streams into your private practice. Because I know practice owners often tell me that they do not want to be completely dependent and reliable on Medicare. Okay, so if that is you, then you really owe it to yourself to look who's out there that I can work with. Mark has just given us another great suggestion: nursing homes. Most definitely, Mark, nursing homes. They really need the support of a psychologist, a social worker, very often even occupational therapist to come and help them. Whether you go on site there to help them, even if it's one day a week, and some of their people can actually come out and visit at the practice where they get to get out of the nursing home, depending of course on the level of functioning, where they can get to build a relationship with your receptionist at the practice. There's such good things that can come from that. It's really, really amazing. So you really need to keep your eyes open for what opportunities are there in your local area, so you can get as many different types of referral streams into your practice and therefore become less dependent on Medicare. Maybe I should have entitled this today's vlog, How to Not Be Dependent on Medicare. So my quirky little habit took me to that. Can you see that quirky little habits aren't necessarily a bad thing? It is probably a good thing. So my challenge to you is, if you are brave enough, share with us in the comments below, what is your quirky little habit? What is maybe something that you do that you think it's a bit odd, that you might not want to tell the world on social media, but be brave. I've just done it. You know, anything. It can be related to maybe something that you do in your clinical work, but even better if it is something related to how you actually run the business side of your private practice, whether it's a little ritual, a little behavior, a little routine that you engage in. I would love to hear that. Anna says, I don't use Medicare at all, just not worth it unless it's a care plan. Yes, most definitely, Anna. And I think it can be very freeing knowing that you're not reliant on Medicare and knowing that your practice can exist without it. That's a very freeing experience. Anna says, and then I don't bulk bill. Totally agree with you. Happy with that. I think we as psychologists, occupational therapists, speeches, Mark says, me either, Anna. Yes, that's awesome, Mark. We really need to show people the value of what it is that we can do, and you know, people should know. And I think there's a general conception out there that when you want quality, you probably need to pay for it. Okay, there's a saying in South Africa, and you guys won't know what this means, that says goedkoop koop is duur koop. I'll say that again. Goedkoop koop is duur koop. And that basically means that when you buy stuff on the cheap, whether it's a service or whether it's a product, it will actually be costing you more in the long term, because either you're going to go down the service, you're going to find out it's absolutely crap and it's not helpful at all, or you're going to buy a product that's going to break, and you're going to buy another cheap product and it's going to break again. And by the end of the day, if you had just bought the quality product that costs a bit more, it would not have broken. So the cheap stuff actually costs you more at the end of the day. All right, so that's what happens with products. And I think when it comes to services, and all of us are in the service business, you know, when you go for a cheap service, not only does it cost you more at the end of the day in terms of money, but you know what, more importantly, in terms of time. And time is the most important commodity that all of us has. Okay, so not only will you be wasting your money, you'll be wasting your time. So I've always believed, because that's how I grew up, with that saying in my family and in my culture, and I still believe it to today, because I've seen it to be true and to be proven and evidenced and demonstrated over and over, that it's better to go for quality, pay more, but know that you get quality, because it's going to save you over the long term, both in terms of money and time. So that's really, really awesome. Thanks for that, Anna. All right, guys, I should probably go back inside and get ready for the weekend. I've got a very messy home office, which I take full responsibility for. I have noticed it's a bit of a trend that come Friday, that place is one big mess. I still chose today to go for my 40-minute jog. I ran an hour's hot seat for my 90-day sprint. I had a one-on-one consult with one of my masterclass members. Then I went, not masterclass, mastermind group members. Then I went for an hour-long massage. So I've done some work. I've done a lot of self-care or procrastination, and I think it's time to go and clean that home office, my big table, before I start my weekend. Mark says thank you, Gerda. Thank you, Mark. Thank you everyone for joining me. I really enjoyed this live stream. Actually, it was really nice and interactive, which is just awesome. So yes, I think this was the most enjoyable for me, I think, live stream that I've done this week. So thank you to all of you for engaging with me. Well, have a fantastic Friday night and a fantastic weekend. Of course, I will be live again tomorrow as part of my 90-day challenge. And remember, guys, as always, all you need to do is say yes to your very own ultimate level 5 private practice. And I'll speak to you all again soon. Bye for now.